Hey, here's an Algebra 2 problem where we have a fractional equation. So 4x squared minus 9 divided by 2x plus 3 equals 5. There's a couple ways to do this. One is to factor the top. Hopefully you recognize that as a difference of squares. It's going to factor like that, 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3. If you don't really know how to do a difference of squares, you might want to search that on YouTube and look that up separately, because I'm going to go through this quickly on this video. So just know this is a difference of squares. Hopefully you recognize that, but if not, look around a little bit for that. Now notice, once you do that, one way to do this is to cancel. In other words, so I'm not using this version of that anymore. I'm using the factored version. And do you notice that these are the same? So I can cancel those out. And so this is just 2x minus 3 equals 5. It's just that. And of course, you add 3 to both sides and get 2x equals 8. The answer is 4. And you do want to plug your answer back into the original problem and make sure it doesn't create an undefined fraction. And notice, if you take this 4 and you put it there, it doesn't make the bottom 0. So this 4 is a great answer. That's the answer to the problem. Now, alternatively, we could have not factored. We could have taken this original problem and not factored and made this a fraction and cross multiplied. So 4x squared minus 9 times 1 is 4x squared minus 9, and then 5 times 2x plus 3. So we're cross multiplying. That would have given us this. And if you get everything on one side, we're going to move all this stuff over here to the left, which gives us that. We're going to factor out the greatest common factor, which is a 2, and then we're going to factor this again. Now, again, that is either the guess and check method or some version of the AC method. I'm just going to show you what it is. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can search for that as well, how to factor a trinomial where the A term is not a 1. But just to let you know, this 2 comes down. It ends up being this, and that means we're going to set each one of those factors equal to 0 and solve them. So we get two answers. We get 4, and we get negative 3/2. Now, when we did it the other way, we only got 4, which is the right answer. The problem with this answer, so we're not going to be able to use this. We're going to mark through this. The problem with it is that if you put it back in over here, it makes the bottom 0, and you can't divide by 0. So this is called an extraneous solution. We're not going to use this solution because it doesn't check over here, because it creates a 0 in the bottom there. So that's really important. So what did we learn? Well, this was a harder method because you end up having to factor a trinomial, which is relatively difficult, and it's longer. Whereas this method where we factored first and we canceled, man, that was real simple. So I recommend that. That's probably the best way to do that problem. See ya.